Hi, in today's lesson we are going to be formatting paragraphs. But before I start formatting a paragraph and telling you how to do a paragraph, you need to look at a few basic things. On the toolbar in the paragraph group, you will find the Show Hide button. It's a good idea to always work with your Show Hide button on for the following reasons. Number one, it shows you when you've come to the end of a line. It shows you how many spaces you have between your words. So these little dots over here are spaces. It shows you when you've used your tab by putting arrows on your screen. So it's just a good idea to have it on so that you know where you are and what you've done in your document. In OpenOffice, it is called non-printing characters, and you will find that on your menu bar. And if you rest your mouse on it, can you see it looks quite similar to the Word one? If you rest your mouse on it, it says non-printing characters, and if you click on it, it does the same thing. It shows you where your line ends. It shows you your tabs, also gives you arrows, and it also shows you the spaces between your words. Okay, let's go back to formatting a paragraph. The things we're going to do in formatting a paragraph is I'm going to show you how to do line and paragraph spacing, and I'm going to show you paragraph alignment, and I'm going to show you how to space between a paragraph. Now there's a difference between line spacing and paragraph spacing. We're going to start with line spacing. Line spacing literally increases or decreases the spaces between the lines of text. So in other words, over here. Whereas paragraph spacing will decrease or increase the spacing between the paragraphs, like here, and here, and here. Okay, we are going to start with line spacing. Just like before, if you want to edit anything, you need to select the text you want to edit. So I'm going to select this paragraph, and we are now going to work in the paragraph group, which is still found in the Home tab. So we are going to activate the paragraph dialog box, and we are going to work at the bottom over here in the spacing section. Now Microsoft Word automatically defaults on multiple line spacing at 1.15, but you can change it to anything you like. So I am going to change it to double line spacing, and I'm going to say OK. And can you see that the spaces between the lines has actually increased quite dramatically? So now if I'm going to change the paragraph spacing, I'm going to in fact highlight the whole rest of this document. I'm going back to activate the paragraph dialog box. I'm still working in the spacing section. And just to let you know that Word defaults on 10 points after a paragraph. But just like changing the line spacing, you can change the before and after spacing in a paragraph. So obviously before means the spacing before a paragraph. So I'm going to change that to 12. No, let's make it 16 so we can, or 18, that we can really see a difference. And I'm going to change the spacing after a paragraph to 18 as well. I'm going to click on OK. And you can see immediately that this space has increased. And that's the after, and this is the before. They've both increased quite substantially. So that was quite simple. In OpenOffice, it works in a similar manner. I'm going to highlight the paragraph that I want to change the line spacing to. I'm going to go to Format this time and Paragraph. And I'm going to choose the Indents and Spacing tab. And just like Word, we have the line spacing. I'm going to choose double, and I'm going to say OK. And you can see that it's changed the space. Now I'm going to change the before and after space of the paragraph. So I'm going to go back to Format, I'm going to choose paragraph, and above the paragraph and below the paragraph I'm going to alter this to 0.18 inches for both, and I'm going to say OK. And the spacing was made bigger before and after the paragraph. Now we're going to move on to paragraph alignment. I'm going to go back to my Word document, and as usual I am going to select the text I want to align, and in the paragraph group we have 4 alignment options. We have left align, which aligns all the text to the left hand margin. We have center, which centers the text between the right and the left hand margin. We have right align, which will align all your text to the right. And we have justify, which aligns the text to the left and right hand margin. So I am going to highlight, I've highlighted reading skills, and I'm going to click on the center button, and you can see that it is now centered. If I highlight this paragraph and I click on the right align button, can you see that it aligns all the text with the right hand margin? Okay. Word, by the way, defaults to align left all the time. If I had to select the justify, I'm going to highlight all of this text and choose justify. Can you see that it aligns everything neatly with the right hand margin and neatly with the left hand margin? Okay, and just quickly in OpenOffice it works exactly the same way. You highlight what you want to align, and you are going to go to the centered button to center your text. We can go to the right hand align button and it will align everything on the right hand side. Or we can highlight all our text and we can choose the justified button, and you can see it's perfectly justified with the right hand margin and perfectly justified with the left hand margin. And that brings us to the end of our lesson on formatting paragraphs. Until I see you next time.